Hey everyone, let's get into a pretty big international story that's making headlines right now. We're talking about the ongoing war in Ukraine and a new wave of anxiety after some comments involving Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Here's the deal. Recently, President Zelensky said he's concerned about what might happen to Ukraine if Donald Trump wins the U.S. presidential election this November. Zelensky's been pretty vocal about his fears that Trump might push Ukraine to negotiate with Russia, something Zelensky and many Ukrainians absolutely don't want, especially if those negotiations mean giving up any Ukrainian territory. Now, in case you've missed it, Trump's been dropping hints that if he returns to office, he could end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours. That sounds ambitious, but he hasn't really explained how. Zelensky's worried that could mean the U.S. would stop sending military support or even try to force Ukraine into a deal with Russia, whether Ukraine likes it or not. Zelensky actually invited Trump to visit Ukraine to see the realities of the war for himself. He said if Trump comes here, he'll see that you can't just make a deal with Putin and call it peace. But so far, there's been no sign Trump's taking him up on that invitation. Why does this matter so much? Well, the United States is Ukraine's biggest backer when it comes to weapons, ammunition, and financial aid. If American support dries up, Ukraine could be left in a really tough spot against Russia's military. Zelensky also pointed out that Russia's President Vladimir Putin would love to see Ukraine's Western allies get tired or divided. The war's been going on for over 2 years now, and it's taken a massive toll. Thousands dead, millions displaced, entire cities destroyed. The stakes are sky high, not just for Ukraine, but for the whole region. Most European leaders are also watching the U.S. election really closely. They're worried that if Trump wins and changes course, Russia could get the upper hand, and that could encourage other authoritarian leaders around the world. So where do things stand right now? The Biden administration is still backing Ukraine, but there's a lot of pressure in Congress over just how much aid the U.S. should send. Meanwhile, Russia is ramping up attacks, and Ukraine is desperately trying to hold the line. At the end of the day, Zelensky is sending a pretty clear message. He wants the world to understand that Ukraine's fight is about more than just borders. It's about democracy and the right of people to decide their own future. No matter what happens in November, these next few months are going to be critical. I'll keep watching the story, and you can count on me for updates as it all unfolds. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more news recaps like this. Stay informed, and I'll see you next time.